Milo 2, brought to you by the best names in the business and a whole bunch of my mates helping out. Righto, here we are back in the shed, Milo 2 fine tuning. Still got heaps of things to do. This is the third set of rear springs I've fitted. The whole idea behind this was these are working fine. These Terrain Tamer 500 kilo ones, they're great, but what's going to happen next is we're going to load it right up, and Outback Accessories is working on a special bar for the back that's going to incorporate a tow bar. So with the tow bar, Milo 2's got a different spec, I suppose, to Milo 1. It's going to be a touring animal, and as such, I need it to be able to tow some big loads, and we're doing the show circuit with it, so it's going to have, probably 1.5 tons of books in the back. So I'm trying the top of the line spec, industrial springs pretty much, from Terrain Tamer. These are beauties. It's a bit of a special set. It probably will be available before too long. But, we're product testing, so we'll see how we go with them. And I'll get the job of that, which is why I'm wearing my knee pads. It's the only problem with being old and having concrete to play with, isn't it, I don't mind fitting springs. I mean, there's a certain joy to it. It's good exercise too, it's good workout. Meanwhile, you can probably hear Richard ratcheting away there. He's going to be working on a few of the more technical aspects of Milo. Right at the moment, we're fitting up a high lift jack. Do you know, I did the first 6,000 Ks in Milo, didn't even have a jack on board. I can't believe I did that. Mind you, it says a lot about the tyres, we didn't get any flats. We got a few other things to do. We want to just strengthen the back of the MaxTrax bracket. It's not their bracket, it's a custom one we built to suit the front runner rack. We got a whole bunch of things that we still need to do. You know what? I've still got one windscreen wiper rubber that needs replacing. This is what happens when you build a truck from the ground up. It takes a little while just to get everything right. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a good day.
So we're going to be mounting the high lift jack. Now the bottom's easy. We're just going to have a couple of studs sticking up out the step there, and then we're going to make a little bracket that's going to bolt to the hinge here, coming across. Same sort of thing as Milo, we're going to recreate it. So yeah, let's do it. Right, so I'm just going to remove the two bolts that hold on the windscreen hinge. Then we're going to be making a little template out of cardboard, pen, cut it out, make sure it's all good, and then cut it out the steel and start welding it up. It shouldn't take too long.
Richard loves using my toys. He really does. He comes over here and he gets into all of them. All I have to do is clean up later. It's funny, he says he's making something just like the one I made. The only difference is, mine lasted, but his is going to look good too. Meanwhile, I'm underneath Milo 2, hammering away with the air hammer. I use the air hammer to pull things to bits, and I stick it on a light setting to put them back together lightly. Then I can work it around, with a big ring spanner or something. I get my cylinder head pattern all nice, and I know I can undo them on the road if I have to. These kind of things are pretty important if you figure that one day you might have to fix something, although with all this new gear under here, probably not a lot of chance of that for a while. Meanwhile, Richard's been doing things to Hilton's flying paint job.
Oh yeah! Just got to go down a bit more, just drill the holes out, tape it.
Gosh, Truth, look at the quality of his welding. And he hasn't even finished it off yet. It's almost embarrassing, but I know mine lasted. I think his will too though, by the look of it. Back underneath the truck, I'm having a good old workout under here, playing with the U-bolts. It is crucial to get the U-bolts right, because with all that twisting and weight, things can go wrong real quick. Richard's up the front, playing with the ball joints. We're going to replace them all, because you can with a Terrain Tamer kit. Then you know it's done once and for all. Hey, Rich, with these, mate, if you get the wrong tie rod in on the wrong way, next time you turn right, it'll go left.
I was actually listening to you there for a second.
I know you were. Oh, good on you. Come on in now, right at the end of the job. I've got to tell you, there's something really macho about doing leaf springs, I might have trouble convincing the handbrake of that, but I'm fairly sure this is one of those jobs that ranks right up there. because at the end of the day I've got skin knuckles and I've got sore knees, I've got all sorts of things, but it was worth it. With me, anyway, last thing I always do, I've sort of semi-tightened everything with the air hammer. I'll just go through and tighten it up by hand now. I like to work my way round, you know, it's old habit, works well. Meanwhile, Richard's been working over the front end, whacking in a terrain tamer kit of balls, and he's just about, oh no, he's got a little bit to do. I just got to set up these shockeys and we're done. Another day in the shed and another step closer to perfection.